What is up, Bucs fans? It's Real Bucs Talk. We are back for another live stream post game after a Buccaneers win against the New Orleans Saints in the regular season. The Buccaneers are 2-0 now heading into week 3 against the Green Bay Packers. Man, what a game. It was a lot in there. And we're going to try our best to break it all down. I'm your host, Michael Plus, joined as always, my co-host, Mark Ramirez, and welcome you all in here. We appreciate you. Mark, this game, man, it was a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff going on.
It was fan-freaking-tastic is what it was. It was stressful as hell
Yeah.
for the first 3 quarters and a half, and then all hell breaks loose. The fight was amazing. It's literally Mike Evans he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's going to defend his teammates at all costs. He did with Winston. He's doing it with Brady. And Brady acting like a model. Literally he was not angry at all. He was just walking around like nothing's that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, emotions were high on both sides. It literally felt like a playoff game. Like, it was 3-3. It was 3-0 majority of the whole freaking game.
Yeah.
Defenses were playing lights out. All you hear about week after week is how terrible our offensive line was. Brady looked pretty damn good. He had all day to throw at times. And, well, all it took was one big pass to get 7:40 left in the game to get that first touchdown. But it was nuts.
Yeah.
A lot of great things on defense. Offensively, sometimes it's sequencing, play call. There's a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Is it player? Is it execution? What is it? Well, let's break it down. Where do you want to start first?
Yeah, I think we have to start with the defense. I mean, defensively, it's something we talked about before. They're going to have to carry this team, the first month of the season as the offense continues to work out its kinks, continues to get better and gel. And we're seeing the offensive line coming together. In this game, it didn't get any easier. You lose Josh Wells in the first half, and then Brandon Walton came in, and I thought he did a great job, pass protecting and run blocking. So defensively, though, it was really, stand out. I mean, obviously in the first half, they did everything they needed to do to keep the Buccaneers in the game. They didn't allow the Saints to expand the lead, which was awesome. And then the second half, it was just, we're going to send every zone blitz we think of. And it really confused Jameis Winston, and we got our, turnovers. But the real key part of the game was, man, that Logan Ryan play to force that fumble, Carl Nassib getting the recovery. That was huge because they were moving the ball. They were about to score there. And if we don't make that play, it could have been a different outcome. But that really started everything after that.
It was still 3-3 at that point, right?
I want to say yes. Yeah, I want to say that was the case.
It was, either way, it was a huge play. And then Nassib jumped. I don't think he had the ball initially, and he ends up with the ball after, which was insane in itself. And they were all pissed off yelling at that. So, I mean, everything about this game was awesome. Like, it got the hard-fought battle for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter, you're like, holy shit, is this going to end, or are we going to keep giving up a little touchdown here? And then even Olave catches a big, deep pass, could have made it possibly a 17-20 game, then fumbles. He fumbles himself. But defensively, like you said, we're waiting for those Jameis interceptions, those mistakes that we've seen here for 5 damn years. Haven't seen it in a Saints uniform. And I was thinking in my head, like, okay, he's been playing with a lead. What happens when he's playing from behind? And that's literally what happened. The interception started happening as he tries to be superhero, Superman, forcing things. Hell, even the touchdown to Mike Thomas was a forced ball. I mean, Logan Ryan was right there, and if he literally is an inch closer, it's an interception. So, I mean, that's what it is. You can't shoot yourself in the foot early, and they did that, Buccaneers. But this is hard fought on the road, 2 games in a row, where he came to play, and literally a lesser team would have folded and just gotten their ass kicked like they've done in the past. They pulled up the big boy panties, and they actually went out there and performed. And the offense still has hiccups. Someone was asking, do we miss Gronk yet? I mean, still, look how many guys went out. Evans ended up out of the game. Perriman caught the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, no Julio Jones.
I mean, there was
no Chris Godwin, no Donovan Smith.
Think about this. I mean, our offense, we get upset that they're not moving the ball, but offensive line was stout, even though your left tackle's out. You're missing Gronk, supposedly. That's a big deal. But like you just mentioned, Evans, Godwin, Julio Jones did not play. Or when they did play, they went out early. So huge team win. And the special teams phenomenal.
Yeah.
Kicker, phenomenal. Punting, phenomenal. Coverage, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every facet of the team was great, and the offense just had to do something. And
Mhm.
we mentioned that through the off season and the first few games, a couple of games. Defense is going to carry us. We don't necessarily need the offense to kind of score 30 plus. The defense is that damn good.
Right. No, agreed. And that's what you saw today. And now if the offense can just figure out to take away those mistakes, early in the first half, this game is completely different. The Bucs are probably leading going into halftime at least by a couple scores. So if you don't have, the Tom Brady fumble, you don't have, the misexecuted fourth down run where Tristan Wirf's supposed to down block, he doesn't,
Yeah.
messes everything up. So, stuff like that. And yeah, there could be, different play sequencing. Of course, yeah, you would like to see more play action. I think they ran the ball on first down 8 of 9 times in the first half, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, but I think it's more of just sending a message. It's trying to calm your offense down, trying to, keep them, I guess, just at bay, and then, do your other stuff off of that. They started mixing some more play action in the second half, but again, it's coming, and you have new personnel in there, so you're trying to mix them in. There was a lot of good things that I did see with the offense as far as running clear routes, as far as options and stuff like that, setting up Mike Evans on wheel routes where they were creating space. They were doing a lot of good things to beat man coverage. It's just those things you have to do a little bit more consistently, and hopefully they can find it. But defensively, when your defense plays like that, you don't have to do much. And that's a beautiful thing because we know this offense will get better as the year goes on. We're not worried about that. And Tom and Perriman made a great play on that third down. And that was perfection. I mean, again, they rushed 3, and you knew you had time. Offense line did their job to hold up, and Tom makes a great pass and a great catch.
Yeah. I mean, team ball was phenomenal, but the
Mm,
offense, yeah, like we've been kind of touching on, they need to get a little bit more consistent. And to me, yeah, like you just mentioned, 8 of 9 in the first half were runs.
yeah.
You're just literally letting the team know what you're going to do. Usually in the second half, they switch it up, but you can get in a hole so bad where you don't really make up for that. But
Mhm.
luckily, your defense is playing lights out right now, and
Yeah.
that is huge. And that they didn't mention that during the game. It's more, oh, the Saints are playing so much better because it's against Tom Brady. Doesn't matter. Defense is
Yeah.
defense. They give them their notoriety when they're doing that damn good. I mean, it's in New Orleans. The crowd noise was insane. It literally sounded like a playoff game.
Mm,
I couldn't believe how loud it was and high stress and how Jameis was actually doing well in the first half, not forcing things.
right.
And then, yeah, when it came high pressure cooker situation, let's force this thing. And that the Bucs were waiting on that. Mike Evers jumping that, crazy. But I mean, think about it. The Bucs defense scored 7 points. So really the Bucs offense scored 13.
Mm,
So, I mean, that this shouldn't be that close. I mean, we need to be getting a little bit better in offense. Either way, I'm happy it's a win. Keith, the drop that I
yeah.
thought was a fumble, that scared the shit out of me. I'll be honest with that. But offensively, Scotty Miller, that's one other negative I want to say. This
Mm,
man does nothing but drop the ball. I don't know how he made it with the performance he did on preseason. From years
yeah.
past, yeah, he plays in special teams and everything. If there's one big negative, how many times can you give this guy an opportunity? Like, I'm hoping he slaps me in the face on this, but I used to be a huge Scotty fan, and I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with him.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he tends to, stop running. Like, he needs to continue to run and finish the route. He tends to, dive at the football or leave his feet. There's no reason to do that. Tom, he has to understand Tom is putting the ball in a spot, and you have to keep your feet moving. Like, there's no reason to lay out for the football. You have to keep going. You have to make the catch. Now he did have a great catch in the first opening drive. That was great, but um, yeah, I mean, you gotta continue to make plays, especially when they target you, and you're open. You have to make the most of your opportunities, and there's a reason why he's the seventh receiver on this depth chart. Um, again, so I mean, we'll see how that plays out. We got to get healthy. You got to get Godwin, and you got to get Julio Jones back as well.
Yeah, yeah. X_1K. Scotty's always tripping when he catches and tries to catch.
Yeah,
It is, but I mean, he's still on the team. I want him to do better. I just don't understand what the hell keeps happening with him.
Mhm.
Let's do this. Let's go over the actual stats of the game. Let's bring that up.
Yep.
Tom Brady, not a big game at all, just not making the big interception. But the fumble, what the hell was that about?
Yeah, I don't know.
And everyone's like, oh, that's Hainsey's fault. Hainsey's fault. I'm like, no, he
No, he closed his hand early.
closed his hands before the ball even got there. That's not Hainsey's fault. And then he
Yeah.
jams his finger in the middle of it. So I don't know what the hell's been going on with that situation. But
Mhm.
overall, no interceptions. Took one sack, trying to do too much. He tried to run for it actually and walked into
Yeah.
a sack.
Right.
But the consistency again, look at this. Yeah, 30 runs. Brady was 3 of them, but 30 runs, keeping it
Yeah.
balanced, 34-30. Talk more on that.
No, I mean, that's the key. Obviously, you want to see more effectiveness. I mean, 24 carries for 65 yards isn't great. But again, it still has an effect because it'll slow down the pass rush, and you saw that. I mean, they only had 1 sack, and that was really on, Tom. So, I mean, when you look at it from that aspect, it's a good thing. And then you look at our, receivers down below. Obviously Mike still had big plays. Yeah, Brashad Perriman. I thought Russell Gage did a good job, making catches. But yeah, it was tough sledding. I mean, definitely tough sledding. And you look at, what our defense did as well. I mean, just great job. Great job defensively. Devin White with 11 tackles. Probably could have had more. He had a couple missed tackles as well. But yeah, really, really standout job. Antoine Winfield was huge and stopping runs as far as keeping them from not being bigger. He did a great job of tackling. And then yeah, Logan Ryan I thought came up with the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, so overall, 6 sacks. Incredible. I mean,
Mhm.
nonstop, and Devin White could have had 2. He missed 1, but eventually
Right.
someone else got it.
Yeah.
Zach Barrett comes up with 2 sacks. We were mentioning him as like a key player, him and JTS. JTS ended up sharing one with Vita Vea. But that's the thing, like abuse one side until they have to help you out and then capitalize. It's been the same thing in the past 2 games. We get a majority of our sacks in the second half. It's once they've actually figured it out and now we can start pinning our ears back. We never had a huge lead, but still, that's when, yeah, Shaq Barrett sets up a lot of things. And I want to see that continuing. I mean, yeah, we want pressure throughout the game. Pressure happens early, the sacks come later once the guys have to hold on to the ball. So a lot of good stuff. The fight with Colton Davis and Michael Thomas the entire game.
Mhm.
Again, another playoff feeling. Like they were literally jawing back at each other, shaking, doing the no-nos, pointing the finger. Either this is two teams that just hate each other, and it makes for great TV.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a lot of fun. Again, a very intense game. I'm just glad the Bucs were able to find a win against the Saints in the regular season, got that off our backs, and
Stupid me. Let me give Jamel Dean. He's
yeah,
got 2.
yeah, he caught the football. So
Right.
yeah, it was great. I mean, that first interception was kind of ugly, but I'm glad he came down with it. Again, a body catch, but it's a catch regardless, and still a great play. And then it was really just turnover after turnover after that. And Mike Edwards sealed the deal. Again, just reading it perfectly. I mean, that's probably as easy as pick six as you're going to get. Threw it right to him. And again, just great job by the defense leading the way and find a way to get this one done. And now you head into 3 home games in a row, and you have an opportunity at best to be, hopefully 5-1 or 4-2 after them.
I mean, let's think about this. We're 2-0. We called the 2-0. I called the win in New Orleans. Did I
You
not?
did, yeah.
So we got that down.
I predicted a win next week, so hopefully we can pull that through.
Yeah. I texted Pless literally this morning. I'm like, I have a feeling Antoine Winfield and Mike Edwards, they're
Yeah.
gonna do something big because Jameis is gonna force feed a thing. I'm like, what happens? Boom, predictions all around. I wish I could have put that out here. But I mean, either way, the defense is looking phenomenal. Let's see what happens with Akeem Hicks. There it is. Got it.
Mhm.
His foot injury. Hopefully, it's not too bad. They didn't really
Yeah.
touch on it, but I mean, whenever you miss a huge interior lineman like Hicks, it's going to be scary. So let's see
Mhm.
what comes out after the injury report. I just hope it's not too big. I didn't see when it happened, They didn't really talk on it that much. So
Yeah.
the fact that he's moving around, it's not a 300-pound man on a stretcher. That's
Mhm.
a plus for the Bucs, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this team can get healthy, man. You gotta get these guys, back in the game, and hopefully, the guys that were out for today's game, hopefully they can come back, for next week and get back in there, especially on the offensive side. I think if there's anything serious with Akeem, I think you have the luxury to rest them. You let Nacho and, others play in there and let them do their job, because you want Hicks in there as much as possible.
Yeah, and then let's actually talk on this. Corey Hall mentioned it. Let's
Mm,
talk about left tackle Walton. He played a damn good game,
they did, yeah,
right? I mean, stepping in for the step in for Donovan Smith, right?
yeah,
Josh Wells was actually doing pretty well as Wells. Uh,
mhm,
but it blows my mind that we get so much crap about our offensive line. There was there was time to throw. There was blitz pickups, sliding around. Gedeke and Hainsey have good communication. Like there were times where Brady was making a call, Gedeke would go backwards to hear the call, come back to the line, spread it. It's like these guys just have been playing for a while together, and
mhm,
it's good to see. And it's only going to get better as they stay together and grow together. But Walton, huge stepping in, a guy who was started at what I believe the competition was at left guard. He was
mhm.
starting at left guard for a little while. Then Gedeke started taking over. So Walton was just supposed to be a backup, like a swing guy. And then he ends up taking over at left tackle and does really, really well. So that is huge from him.
Yeah, yeah, he did a great job, and again, a local product. He born and raised here in the Tampa area, so yeah, hats off to him. That's really great job, and they came together and they did what they had to do. Offensive line again wasn't perfect by all means as far as in the run game. There were still things they need to clean up, but that's a heck of a front that you went up against in the Saints. I mean, they just do a lot of things defensively where it makes it very tough. And to pass protect like they did, I thought there was a good game plan as far as making sure protection was clean, and they gave Tom Brady enough time to make plays back there.
Yeah, overall, the right side, there's nothing much to complain about besides Wirfs messing up the one
Yeah.
4th and 1 play. Other than that, you can't complain.
Mm.
Like offensive line wise, I want to hear what media has to say now. Are they going to continue to say? Because I texted Plus about this morning. Some national media member says, "Oh, the Bucs are without 3/5 of their offensive line." Like, what the hell is this guy counting? Okay, Donovan Smith is out. Everyone else is in. You counting Marpet from last year, which we already knew he was retired, and then Jensen? No, Hainsey's prepared all offseason to be starter, and Jensen just happened to go down. No, these
Yeah.
guys are ready to rock and roll. The right side's actually better this year. Shaq Mason is a massive upgrade over Kappa, and then Tristan Wirfs is just Tristan Wirfs. You can't get much better than that. So our
Mm.
offensive line, I'm very happy with. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady's happy with too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why are people bringing in OBJ? Did something happen with him?
No, I think he was just at the game.
Oh, okay.
He was just at the game watching.
Yeah. Um, yeah, let us know if there's something going on with him. Did he do something or say something?
Right?
Um,
He
yeah.
signed with the Bucs after the win.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm like curious about. Like, did he sign with a team? Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just hats off to the guys up front, and defensively again, they continue to lead the way, and then we just played smart football, and it came down to turnovers again. We had the one early that was unfortunate, but after that, it was pretty clean and got the win. And like you said earlier, hats off to the special teams. Suck up making his kicks. Camarda doing a great job with the punt game. They really neutralize Deontay Hardy, I believe it is now. So they did a great job of shutting that down. And yeah, I mean, can't wait to really watch the tape and see. I'm sure when we get into the tape, there's going to be missed opportunities, especially on offense, that we'll find, and hopefully those are things that they can clean up.
Yeah, this is a funny picture. Mike Evans after the game got the
Mm.
shades on. He's like, "Yeah, we won that game."
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. I got to find more on the
Yeah.
Odell as you're talking around, but overall, I mean, special teams though, I honestly thought they were going to kick that 55-yarder. I'm like, Suckup's got the confidence. He's got the leg. I was like, are they really going to kick this? And yeah,
Yeah,
just let the clock go. But
right. I think they were trying to draw him off sides and see if they could get easy 5 yards, but didn't work out. But still, it was cool that he did make those kicks, and those are very important.
One thing I want to hear you talk on. So some of the flags that were thrown
Mm,
early on, the Bucs got the shittiest flags. I mean, we had to beat the refs too. I mean,
yeah,
the Levante David flag, he got two of them, to be honest. One of them, what is he supposed to do? Just let the guy get the first down? He hits him in the back to prevent him from getting a first down. That's called defense. That's holding a line that's playing defense. He didn't do it negatively at all. So
mhm,
the two on him were disgusting. And then later in the game, the Brate flag that got us a first down. People were like that. The announcer's like, oh, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Like he got actually hit in the head
yeah,
on that play, and I'm like, that's actually attacking the head. He didn't go for his chest, didn't go for a body. He went for the head. So that, in my opinion, is a flag. So
mhm.
where am I wrong? What the hell are they seeing? What's going on?
Yeah, when I saw Sean Hockley was gonna be the ref for this game, or the head ref, I was like, "Oh, man, this is gonna be one of those games where it's gonna be a lot of questionable calls on both sides," because he was the ref that was, in the game last year against the Rams in the playoffs, and I'm like, "This guy's not good." And usually his crews are just so up and down, but at least they did a great job of, I guess, keeping it balanced in a way. When they made the calls against
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
when yeah, when they made the calls against us, they also, were consistent in making sure they called them against the Saints as well. So I guess that's a positive, but yeah, Sean Hockley's just not good. I mean, he should be retired with his dad, to be honest. He's just not a good ref. Um, there's just a lot of like the first Levante David flag on Jameis. Like, you got to be kidding me, or Keanu Neal, I guess it was,
Yeah.
but it's just stupid. Yeah, a lot of stupid flags on both sides.
Is it both those opportunities? If the guy's not down, he can keep moving forward. The play can be extended. You
Yeah, he's
can't,
just finishing the play.
right? And it's not like it was gruesome or
Yeah.
nasty or dirty play at all. No, he's just
Mm,
pushing the guy down. He didn't lead with his head.
yeah.
I don't get what's a flag these days. I wrote it multiple times on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's stupid in my opinion. And hey, but we still literally only allowed 3 points the whole first three quarters.
Mhm.
And then the end happens. It's just dirt time where they're just kind of playing soft. But
Yeah.
overall, fantastic. If y'all are looking for the fight, I gotta bring this up. This is awesome. Talk about defending your quarterback,
Mm.
defending your team. Just a heart, wearing your heart on your sleeve right there. Look at him getting after it. Even Perriman may get in trouble too because he started getting into it too. But it all started with Lenny Fournette kind of shoved him.
Right.
Lattimore punched him in the face after. So no one on our side actually punched anyone. So I don't know what they're going to say with fines and
Mhm.
suspensions. I mean, what can you can't really suspend a guy for pushing, can you? I mean, it's not like he ripped off his helmet. Did Mike get suspended one game last time on that Lattimore play?
No, no, I don't think there's any been suspensions. I mean, if anything, there'll probably be a fine. I doubt they'll suspend any player here. Again, it was just heat of the moment, and I think guys just protecting their team. And really, it was funny because Lattimore was talking crap to Bruce Arians, or Bruce Arians was talking crap to Lattimore, and then
I saw that.
yeah, and then Lenny was upset that he kind of took a shot at him, and then he pushed him, and then you saw him getting close to Tom Brady, and of course Mike is gonna make sure he clears the house, and he has. I mean, he's won every fight against Lattimore, so Mike is undefeated in that sense, and I'm so proud of him. I thought that changed the game too. I mean, it really
Huge.
brought a fire to the team, and I'm not sure what the score was at that time. I don't know if we were. I think it was still 3-3 if I'm not mistaken.
Still 3-3.
Yeah, and then I think after that, didn't we get the fumble recovery, I believe?
Taking a
So,
bit punted after that, and I think
yeah.
the fumble recovery.
Yeah, so I mean, it really changed everything. It changed and it also changed how they played coverage. I mean, Perriman's on a lesser cornerback there for the touchdown.
Yep.
That was huge. I mean, getting him out of the game.
Any way you look at it, it's awesome team. I mean, the whole team got out there.
Mm,
Both of these teams are really damn good. Let's give the Saints credit too.
thank you.
But yeah, score was 3-3 if I haven't. the Saints are a great team. That's why it was this hard fought. I mean, yeah, the Bucs need to do better, but give the Saints credit. They are a damn good defense. Has been together for a while. They have big name players, very consistent players, and guys just know how to fill a role. And like Tuttle and Davenport, then you bring in freaking the Honey Badger in the back, which Leonard Fournette ran over, which was badass during the middle of the game. I mean, there were times where you would think, okay, we're going to bulldoze this thing through, and then they just consistently bring themselves back together.
Yeah.
Like the defense does and stop us. And whoops. But to be honest, the first quarter, we moved the ball, and it was the fumble, and then the miss. What was the fumble, and what was the other one?
Yeah, just misassignment by Tristan.
Yeah, just worse. Yeah,
Because the play was going to work. Like, and both plays were going to be executed properly. I believe, the fumble, they were either going to hand it off to Scotty or they were just going to run it, up the middle. And I thought it was going to be converted. So it's just, stuff like that where got to clean up and, hopefully they get it fixed going forward. But got to get healthy on that side of the ball. Hopefully we can get some guys back as we get into a great homestand coming up. You got the Packers, Chiefs, and Falcons all at home, and it's a great opportunity to really extend your record and be one of the top teams in the NFC. And if the defense, again, your defense is the most healthy right now outside of Akeem Hicks, hopefully he can be back. They have a chance to really shut down these offenses, and they know how to play Green Bay. They know how to play Kansas City now. So it'll be, important for them to continue this type of level of play.
Yeah, defensively, everything is working right now. Besides, I said it early on too, the interior pressure wasn't necessarily getting there at home. The Saints' offensive line is really good. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't winning with 4. They had to start sending blitzes in a lot more consistently. Early on, it didn't work. Once we got the lead, yeah, it worked big time because everyone's pinning their ears back. But it does slightly scare me that the interior isn't winning as consistently as they should be.
Yeah.
And the fact that Hicks is out, it probably adds to it. So it's not a huge issue. The defense still playing phenomenal, but it's something to be looking at, and I'll probably look a little bit more at when we start breaking down the tape.
Yeah, they definitely have to win, with the front 4 more consistently. That's been an issue kind of so far. But when they do mix it up, I mean, they really did a great job of mixing in the zone blitzes, especially in the second half. And we saw the pressures starting to increase, and that's when you got the sacks.
Yeah, so I haven't heard this at all. It just says shots fired by Devin White, and I want to hear it, and I want to hear it all together. Let's do this.
All right.
Let's see, Devin White. What'd you say?
I mean, when Jameis left our team, everybody know what he did that last year. And we feel like we had a great defense then. And, he threw 30 picks, and we just knew he'd give us the ball. We knew the running backs, cough it up. And that's something we came in talking about. We want 30 turnovers as a ball club ourselves. So this just was another game to go attack the ball.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. I mean, that's well said. That's facts right there on all accords. So yeah, you love it. I mean, 5 turnovers in this game. They had 6 sacks. That's a dominant defensive performance.
And it's something everyone knew, like that's in the history of him. I mean, has he all fully gone out? No, but he's prone to it. And then I guess that's why they expect Tom Brady to be perfect, because of his history of Super Bowls and winning all the time. But winning football doesn't necessarily mean he has to perform 500-yard games, 5 touchdowns consistently every game. He put us in position to win by not forcing the ball, not turning it over. And early on, some of the play execution and play call, I was a little suspect about, but the continuity or commitment to the run, I think, is huge through the past 2 games. Even though today it wasn't the best because the Saints defense, they still were doing it. And that's big for the play action. Hopefully they start learning a little bit more how to sequence this, how to play it a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's all about, understanding your situation, understanding who you have on the other side of the ball as well. The Bucs know they have a good defense. So when you know that, you can do a little bit different things as far as maybe playing a little bit safe. And you could say they played it safe today. There's no shame in that. And guess what? Safe got you a win because you played smart football. Now, as you continue to go later in the year and you start to get some of these guys more involved and get your full squad out there as far as offense, it sets things up for future games where Byron can come out passing more, set up the play action more, be a little bit more aggressive. And because you know what, teams are going to geared up to stop that run commitment. So it all balances itself out, and at least that's what you're hoping you see as far as the offense goes and continues to gel throughout the season.
Yeah, because the offense, the past 2 games,
Mm.
I wonder where they're ranked right now. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
100% say that. Because Brady hasn't really thrown that much. The running game looked good the first game. This was just a hard fought game, and it will eventually start coming. I mean, we're facing good teams every damn week, it seems.
Yeah.
Like you're getting the Packers next week, which is another great defense, really good against the pass. And then you get Mahomes and the Chiefs. That may be a shootout. We'll see. But I mean, either way, they're teams that know how to win. It's going to be tough to float your offense around, right? It's a lot of good teams. And then the health of your wide receivers. Hopefully you get Julio Jones back and we get some timing together, these guys. I wish they would have used Gage a little bit more. Let's see. I mean, considering all these guys come back, if there's no suspension, let's see. But offensively, there's a lot of things to clean up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rick H talks about it here. Reserved offense won't work against the Rams and Chiefs. They'll score. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. They have to, pick it up, and I think Tom and Byron, they're going to be in there, working on that. They know they're capable of scoring 30 points a game. That should be the norm. That's the standard for this offense. So, yeah, they're not happy about it, but at the same time, you've only had 2 turnovers in 2 games on offense so far, and you're 2-0.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, both on Tom Brady. So that's a good thing. And you've taken the ball away from the opponents, and it's lead to 2 wins. So yeah, 19 and 20 points in 2 games so far for the offense. They're not happy with that. I mean, they know they can be better, and it's all about little things. It's details and execution. So hopefully they can, get that cleaned up, and I'm sure they will.
Oh, and actually, because you said details, Andrew, I did see the Todd Bowles and Tony Dungy press conference thing or interview. Phenomenal. If no one's seen it, go check it out. If you haven't seen it yet, great tidbits. And that's Todd Bowles. That's what he mentioned. What's the difference between BA and him? Just the little details. It's going to be him finding these little things that, like against a team like the Saints on the road, great defense, great team. We got to be able to capitalize on these little details, that whether it be flags, whether it be running in a situation where people think we're going to pass, just holding on to win the game, not just folding. And it worked in a big way. And it may have been ugly, but it's a win nonetheless. And now we're coming home for the Packers.
Yeah. I mean, it feels great. The home crowd's going to be unbelievable on Sunday. I truly feel that it's going to be an epic crowd. So yeah, a lot of fun coming up. But guys, if you're in here, be sure to hit that like button. We appreciate every single one of you, all the comments and support. We're all excited that the Buccaneers are 2-0. It feels great. And we finally beat the Saints in the regular season. I mean, it was a big monkey on our back, and it feels good to, finally get the win. But be sure to hit that like button, and we appreciate every single one of you in here.
Yeah, let's see what media is going to say. I always love to hear the takes. You even got snapshots of people taking a picture of Brady during interviews. Oh, there's something wrong with Brady. Look at his face. Oh my, he's losing weight. The stress is getting to him. He just looks angry, just that he's not doing well on the field, like with just team, not necessarily personal life. Yeah. I mean, to add one little point on that, it's not like his wife is like a stay-at-home mom. His mom's his mom. His wife is a model that has her own company, her own businesses. I'm pretty sure she's not sitting there just over the stove, upset that Brady's not over there changing diapers or something. Mm-hmm. I don't understand where people will get all upset about that. And then one word is said, oh, see, she's leaving him. No, they haven't really said anything negative. They just say that, yeah, I want to spend more time together. Who wouldn't? Hell, my wife wants me to spend more time with her too. So it's just, that's called life. It's called 45-year-old man, kids growing up, but he's still giving it all on the field and getting hard fought wins.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, he's definitely not one we're worried about at all. I mean, he's going to be right there. He's going to be doing what he needs to do. And this offense should get better. It's going to be there. But the biggest thing is Buccaneers are 2-0. It feels so great. And again, 1-0 in the NFC South. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And you beat up a team over there in New Orleans, and it shows. I mean, Jameis is still who we thought he was. And it was the case of this game.
And he has improved a little, but then the old man still came out.
Yeah.
But then again, he's hearing footsteps, 6 sacks. I mean, he held it on some of them. That strip sack by Shaq Barrett. We almost had turnover, and that would have been ours too. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, Levante tried to scoop and score.
Yeah. Well, you imagine if he did, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, overall, great team win. Special teams, I can't believe I'm saying this, is a strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've shown out so far, done a lot of good things. Just being consistent with, Darden catching the football, making sure he's getting positive yards on most returns. That's the biggest thing for him. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many penalties we had today. I think I'm hoping it was under 10. I know Saints had quite a few as well. So
we had eight for 101.
Yeah, 8 penalties. I know a couple of those were late. You had the Carlton Davis one at the end there. A couple of false starts, and of course some of them
bullshit calls
were very questionable. But you look at that number right there, 5-1 in the turnover ratio. Time of possession, pretty much balance. I mean, balance right there. So, you're keeping your defense fresh. And I think that's an important stat that doesn't really get called out a lot. You don't think about it. We're keeping that defense fresh because you're holding on to the football a little bit longer. Yeah, maybe we're not scoring points, but you're helping your defense get that necessary rest so they can play strong for 4 quarters. And you look at the numbers up there, 17 points in the 4th quarter by the Buccaneers. That's winning football. That's how you win games. You close out strong and you find ways to win.
I mean, the numbers, it's tough. I mean, the turnovers usually are the big deciding factor. We haven't had many turnovers the past 2 games. We're winning these games, especially against 2 really good teams. And this, Jarvis Landry, what did he even have? Considering, let's see, because everyone's like, oh, the Saints have way more skilled position players than the Cowboys. They should be able to take on the Bucs and beat them left and right. Let's look at them overall. Olave had the leading in reception yards, but he had that one big catch that he fumbled. So take away that, he had 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of deep shots, but people are saying if Jameis is more accurate, if he's more accurate, but also he's never been that way in the past. Yeah. And then some of them were nowhere near him, and then Dean is right on the guy, or Carlton Davis was right on the guy. So it's not like they were wide the hell open running scot-free.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas fought for every one of those catches. Jarvis has 4 for 25. He had a massive game the first game. Shut down. I didn't even know he was out there at times.
Yeah.
So the secondary is playing well. Complimentary football, yes. But your defensive line, the blitzes, Devin White getting inside, there's a lot of things working together. And it's not just that the secondary just got so much improved. It's just every level of the defense is playing really, really well right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it's exciting because, like Devin White said in that clip that you showed earlier, defense has been good for the last couple of years. It's a matter of these guys staying healthy, these guys playing together. Everyone understands their assignments. And I can't say enough about Logan Ryan. He played very well. I think he's such an X factor out there. His ability to roam the middle of the field. I mean, we saw it. He almost had an interception himself where he's coming down, filling in the zone, almost picked it off from Mike Thomas. So, I can't say enough about him. The ability to have Antoine Winfield in the nickel is huge. And Jamel Dean and Carlton they're making plays. I mean, Jamel with 2 interceptions already on the year. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah, I love that he held up the 2.
Yeah.
I love it. And I know you touched on it earlier with Winfield, but the fact that he did save some huge gushing runs. I mean, there are opportunities where if he gets blown past, there's like a 50-yard run for a touchdown or worse. And
Right.
he shut it down big time. Like, I hope people understand how good he is, not just as a deep safety, but in the box and playing nickel. He's doing so damn much
Yeah.
and at a high level. I mean, it's what they were forcing SMB to do, and he just didn't perform at the level. Antoine Winfield is doing everything and at a Pro Bowl level. Like, he's already a Pro Bowl safety. Now he's going to be plug and play, but I hope they just don't
Yeah.
use him too much and force him to do too much. But that's why you got Keanu Neal and Logan Ryan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun to see, defensively. I mean, they're just humming out there, and it was great. Again, not trying to do too much. Yeah, they gave up some in the run today, but maybe that's the sacrifice that they need to make. And we've talked about it, maybe you don't need a number one run defense. Play a little bit more coverage, and that's what they've been doing. They've been having guys back in coverage, maximizing that. And if the Saints can run against our, front six there, then, by means, let's see if they can continue to do it consistently. And the Bucs tested them on that, and they did what they had to, especially in the second half. They didn't allow as many, big runs outside of that one drive, but they forced the fumble, and that was it. That was the end of the game.
Yeah, and then here's a good question: how many sacks do you think the Bucs will get this year? G Vegas says we're pushing 50.
I think they'll get it. I mean, they're already at 10 right now. You had 4 last week. You had 6 today. That's 10 in 2 games. So you're averaging 5 a game. I mean, you got to keep it going. You just got to hope that the front four can be a little bit more consistent with their pass rush, and got to start winning, one-on-one matchups.
And to be honest, if the offense starts doing better, it's only going to help the defense out more.
Oh, yeah.
These times where we fumbled or don't convert on the 4th and 1, like Plus said, we could have been up 14-0 at that point, or 14-3.
Yeah.
And we've got a huge lead, and now they're forced to be one-dimensional. I heard that at halftime that Dennis Allen was like, "Oh, happy that they made the Bucs. They forced them to be one-dimensional." I'm like, the game's 3-0.
Yeah.
Talking about we're forced to be one-dimensional. No, we kept running the ball even though, and that is huge. That's something last year we just totally abandoned. That's why it's so huge to me. Like, what was the game where we had? Was it 9 rushes or 6? It was the least ever in a game.
Oh, yeah. I think that was I want to say that was 2020.
It just blew my mind. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that we're still running the ball. Lenny had 24 carries. I don't care if it was ugly 24 or 64 yards.
He had some hard runs. I mean, he had some very physical runs, and I'm proud of him for that. Plus, he was on a hamstring injury as well himself. So, I mean, credit to those guys. And you would like to see, a little bit better execution from Rachaad White, especially on that pass opportunity. I know it's only his first opportunity. You like to see him catch that ball. But that will come. Those things will come. But like I said, again, it's just riding this wave right now, riding this storm a little bit on offense as far as figuring things out. You got a lot of new personnel in there, and you just got to find that consistency, and hopefully they can find the right game plan where the sequency comes together as far as play action and run the ball and stuff like that. And that will happen. It'll take place. And yeah, James Taylor makes a great point here. Donovan Smith, we missed him. We still missed him, even though I thought Walton did a great job. Wells did as well. But Donovan's huge. Donovan's huge, man. He's a great left tackle in this league. And he sets up so much, especially in the run game, like he's talking about, running to the left. He can do so much for the team.
Yeah, I mean, let me give this guy credit too, O'Keefe.
Yeah,
that dude. Yet again, there's going to be some great little shorts on him blocking.
He's a beast out there.
Right, like he doesn't get he dropped one ball that was scary as shit, but
it was tough.
But yeah, he was probably like, "Oh my gosh, they threw me the ball." But I mean,
not ready.
What he does is huge, and just run behind him. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. So, but then again, the 3rd and 1 in our side where they're packing the line. They had every A gap filled. Everyone's inside preventing the Brady little sneak.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to do a toss play or play action, something, you know.
Like, you tell me you didn't see that, guys? Like, I don't know, that upset me. So that's the part of the area where I'm saying play call needs to be a little bit better. Like, at least
Mhm.
find an audible or find a way to get out of that. If they do this, do this. Like, and usually Brady does that, but I don't know what happened. Oh, and then B. Davis. Yeah, we mentioned it, but Jake Camarda has been outstanding punting this football
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great, and he's a huge upgrade. I thought, you know, getting him, yeah, I mean, 4th round pick on him, but still, I mean, if you can have him be consistent and just boom the football like he has, it changes the field position. I mean, you saw in this game, the field position was pretty much even. It was, you know, kinda
Oh,
in our favor. It was in our favor as well too. You know, a couple times they did maybe start at the 35-40, but for the most part, did a great job of keeping them backed up. That's what matters.
100%.
Yeah.
Way better opinion. Like the placement on the kicks, there was one, I think he put it inside the 10 and it bounced right on the out of bounds line.
Yeah, that was the last punt of the game.
They
Yeah.
don't even need to do anything. Just let
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, our gunners though, they just called up what is it? Why am I forgetting his name?
Kenny Young.
No, the wide receiver. They just called up.
Geiger.
Geiger, yeah, he was out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And who was on the other side?
I know they had, like, I saw D. Delaney.
Yeah, Delaney. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
they all did well.
when your punter's doing that well, it's crazy when you see what we had and what we have now. It's almost like the Jameis and Tom Brady transition. I'm not gonna say it's that crazy of a transition, but it's the guys don't even have to do anything. They know where it's gonna be, and it's not going in a touchback. He's actually placing it in bounds.
Mhm.
They can make an opportunity to down it. Crazy. Good stuff. Good stuff from our punter. Well worth the draft pick, Jason Light. Good job.
Yeah, it was much needed, and it's been an area of concern, you know, over the last couple of years, but it was just nice to have consistency all around. Ryan Suckup making his kicks, and these were not easy kicks either. I mean, 47 plus yards on both of them, I believe, and did a great job of knocking them in. Usually those are the ones that give him trouble, and he was, you know, consistent and hit the ball well, pretty much down the middle on all the kicks. So yeah, shout out to them.
See how many, oh, poor Jameis. How many press conferences will you have to say he has to be better? All right, well,
Yeah.
it's their problem now. I mean, either way, they're a good team. They're still going to be in it.
Yeah, yeah, they're not going away.
This is one game, one day. I mean, they still going to play us here next
Mm,
time. Hopefully, our crowd noise brings it just as well as they did.
yeah,
Guys, talking about you in the chat. I know we're going to be there, freaking losing our voice, but
yeah.
I mean,
Lost mine today.
it sounds like it. You're not. It's like plus you got to check your audio. Damn.
Yeah, I know.
But overall, great game. Excited. I mentioned before we even started that I was screaming so much I scared the crap out of Braden, my son. He looked at me like, "What the hell?"
He's like,
I was
"What is
shut up,
that? Who is this?"
but he stayed with me the whole time.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it was awesome. I was at the Loose Cannons watch party. You probably see me on Twitter somewhere in a video I think Stink put up. So it was a good time. Good time hanging out with those guys. Much appreciated to them. So yeah, a lot of fun, and just glad we were able to get a very big win. You know, obviously getting to 2-0. But guys, I'll say this again. We appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us. We're almost to 45, or we're over 4,500 subscribers. We're well on our way to 5,000, and we can't do that without you guys. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate every single one of you. So thank you again. Be sure to hit that like button. All your likes help support the channel in so many ways. It's just a big thank you, and we continue to work on great content, and we got a lot of great content coming up this week. We can't wait to share it with you all.
And before anything, we got to put. I just found this video you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm right there. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm
Let's
probably looking like an idiot.
let's see. Let's check it out. How much of an idiot you look like.
Oh my god.
Here it
Yeah.
is. Oh, and there he is.
Oh my god. Close up view, man. God. Oh man.
Bless in the flesh right there.
Oh man. Yes,
Hyped up.
he was going wild. So yeah, it was fun.
It was a hell of a game. I didn't
Yeah.
expect everyone to go wild on that.
I think that was right after the Perriman touchdown, I believe.
I
Yeah.
Well, actually, so wait, before we go, I wanna address this one right here.
Mhm.
Samari said, "So Leftwich is horrible, tired of
Ah,
defending him to others." And then some people are over here, "Whoa, chill on Leftwich." There's some laugh out louds in there.
yeah.
But oh wait, one more. I feel like we can easily be the best team in the league, no questions asked, if we had a good offensive coordinator. So
Mm,
we could probably talk a while on this, but let's kind of keep it short.
yeah.
I guess you know my opinions on this, but plus, give me a Spark Notes version.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Leftwich over the years. I mean, it's always the same thing with us. It's all sequencing. I think that's his biggest issue. It's just understanding situations when to do play action, understanding, okay, if we pass the ball on first down, it's going to put us in better situations to run the football on second and third down, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I was. But yeah, I mean, it's just that's that's really where it comes down to for him. I don't think he's a bad play caller. I think he does a lot of good things as far as the route concepts are good. He did a lot of different things today that I actually was impressed with, setting the things up for Mike Evans with the clear outs and getting off of man coverage. Like that was good. But yeah, it's just consistency of the sequencing. That's his biggest thing that he's got to continue to get better at. And you will do that when you understand your personnel in a way and how you can utilize them to their best ability.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk more on that, but B. Davis made a good point. Mike did get suspended last 2017 when he pushed
Mm,
Lattimore. It was just a
okay.
1 game suspension. So most likely probably will be the same because it's very
Mm,
same situation, very similar situation.
yeah.
I said this time it was from the front, wasn't from the back. So
Right, right. Not a cheap shot.
so we'll see more on that later. But on Leftwich, to me, I see little things that are changing, like the commitment to run. That is a massive difference. Yeah, the throwing some man beaters out there, good, but he does a lot of it a little too late. Like teams have their little scripted things. Yeah, okay. But once you see what they've done after the scripted plays, you got to start attacking one area until they do something else to fix it. Like
Yeah.
that's why you're running the ball because you're wanting more people to come in the box so that eventually you can throw over the top, which it did end up happening to Perriman. Why don't you do the same thing? The man beaters worked every time you did it. It worked either to Gage, it worked either to Evans, to Scotty. Yeah.
Mm,
Davis hit him in the head on one of them that didn't get thrown for a flag, but some of them that all worked.
yeah.
Why don't you consistently do these man beaters against the Saints primarily because they play so aggressive, so on the line. He's doing these same little deep out, deep long progressing routes that
Mm,
take time to develop, and the Saints know that they just drop back into those zones. I want to see him attack an area, keep doing it until he sees the Saints change, and then okay, now we're going to do this. He doesn't necessarily do that. He tries to
yeah.
outsmart himself. He tries to outsmart the other team by outsmarting himself. Keep it simple until they do something to fix it. Because your players are that damn good where you can execute anything you want as long as you're actually putting the execution into it. And Tom Brady's the best executor there is. I just want to see a little bit better improvements from Leftwich in that. He said it after last week, after the win. He said, I need to do better in calling a game. I think he did okay and not
Mm,
forcing things, but
yeah.
things will get better as these receivers get in there. If they're all out there, we get blown out in some game, then I'm gonna start trash talking them in a big way.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we won. I'm not gonna do anything too terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if like you said, if we have a full squad out there with everyone healthy, ready to go, we have all our starters, and he pulls a stunt where it's, Washington football or
Yeah.
Washington Commanders game again, where it's just, what are you doing out there? Yeah, then the time will be to probably hit the panic button a little bit on Leftwich, and maybe it is time to get someone else in there. But we're not at that point. I do like hold on.
Getting that out of there.
We got spam. But again, we're about to end it here soon. Yeah, overall again, it was a great win. It was a great job of, just doing what they had to. Again, not forcing the issue, letting the game come to them, and they made plays when they had to, especially in the second half, and got a great win on the road. Like, it's not easy to get these wins on the road. Like, people forget, like, that's a tough environment to go in and get a W, and they did that.
Yeah, it's huge. And
Yeah.
another team that hates us, the crowd hates us.
Mhm.
But overall, a win's a win. We're going to see more Leftwich improving, hopefully. The offensive player is coming back based off of health, hopefully. Hopefully, you got Julio Jones back, especially if Evans gets suspended.
Right.
But overall, you're 2-0 on top of the NFC South. You got an NFC South win under your belt. Let's keep moving forward. Look over to the Packers. But I'm excited regardless. And now we get to go home. We get to freaking go home.
Yeah, you're at home for the next 3 weeks here, so pretty much over a month time's worth, and that's something I think we got to take advantage of, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope enjoyed the game. Obviously, it was a great game and a great win, and thank you so much for coming in here, chatting it up with us. Appreciate all the comments. Be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below, what you think of this team going forward. Obviously, the big question is the offense and Leftwich and everyone else. Hopefully they can get that fixed. But we appreciate every single one of you guys so much. And with that said, until the next one, and go Bucs.
Woo!